The ancient Greeks did something no one else had managed to do before them. They dominated the battlefield without building a massive empirate. At least not at first. They did not rely on endless resources, vast populations, or fear-based rule. Even Rome, the greatest empire in history, learned from them. Greek dominance was not accidental. It was not luck. It was the result of a system one built on discipline, social structure, innovation, and a brutal understanding of human psychology in war. To understand how Greek armies came to dominate the ancient world, we must look deeper than famous battles and legendary heroes. The real story lies in how ordinary citizens became elite soldiers, how cities turned unity into a weapon, and how strategy defeated size again and again. Before we go any further, take a moment to support this work. Creating deep, research-driven documentaries like this requires enormous effort. If you value serious history content, please subscribe and like this video. Our goal is to grow this channel, and your support genuinely motivates us to continue. War as a way of life in ancient Greece, unlike large empires. Ancient Greece was not a single unified state. It was a collection of independent city-states: Athens, Sparta, Corinth, Thebes, and dozens more, each with its own laws, culture, and military traditions. This constant division meant one thing: Greece was always at war. Conflict was not occasional. It was normal. Greek boys grew up knowing they would one day fight. War shaped education, politics, and identity. But unlike many ancient societies, Greek warfare was not built around kings or professional warriors alone. It was built around citizens. This fact alone changed everything. In most ancient civilizations, armies were either royal forces or hired fighters. In Greece, especially during the archaic and classical periods, the army was the people. Citizens fought to defend land they personally owned, laws they personally voted on, and families that lived behind the same walls they defended. This connection between soldier and society produced something rare in ancient history. Disciplined mass armies that fought not for fear or payment, but for survival and honor. The hoplite, revolution. Ordinary men, extraordinary power. One of the most important and least understood revolutions in military history was the rise of the Greek hoplite. Hoplites were not elite warriors chosen by birth. They were farmers, craftsmen, merchants, ordinary citizens who could afford armor. Their equipment was simple but effective. A large round shield, the hoplon, a spear, a short sword, and heavy bronze armor. Individually, a hoplite was nothing special. Collectively, they were devastating. The true power of the hoplite lay in formation. The phalanx, a human machine. The Greek phalanx was not just a formation, it was a psychological weapon. Soldiers stood shoulder to shoulder, shields overlapping, spears extending forward in dense ranks. Movement was slow, controlled, and deliberate. There was no room for individual heroics. Survival depended entirely on the man next to you. This created something extraordinary: mutual dependence. If one soldier panicked, the entire formation could collapse. If one man stood firm, he protected others. This forced discipline on a scale rarely seen before. Fear was controlled not by bravery alone, but by structure. Most ancient armies broke quickly under pressure. The phalanx did not. When two phalanxes collided, it was not a clash of swords. It was a contest of endurance, strength, and morale. The side that broke first did not just lose, it was annihilated. Why Greek armies beat larger forces? Greek armies were often smaller than their enemies, yet they won repeatedly. Why? First, cohesion. Greek soldiers trained to fight as a unit, not as individuals. Second, terrain awareness. Greek commanders chose battlefields, carefully narrow plains, passes, and hills that neutralized enemy numbers. Third, morale. Fighting alongside neighbors created emotional pressure stronger than fear of death. But there was something else. Something less obvious. Greek warfare was ritualized. Battles followed rules. Armies met at agreed locations. This predictability allowed Greek commanders to refine tactics with precision. War became a controlled experiment, and Greek armies evolved faster than their enemies. Sparta, the extreme case of militarization, no discussion of Greek military dominance, is complete without Sparta. Sparta did not just train soldiers, it engineered them. From childhood, Spartan boys were subjected to the agoge, a brutal statron system designed to eliminate weakness, hunger, pain, obedience, and endurance were enforced daily. Individual identity was erased in favor of collective purpose. But here is a lesser-known truth. Sparta's strength was also its weakness. Sparta could field incredible soldiers, but it could not replace the Mizeli. Its rigid system limited population growth and innovation. Sparta was powerful but fragile. Still, in battle, Spartan discipline terrified enemies. At Thermopylae, a small Spartan-led force delayed the massive Persian army not because of superior weapons, but because of psychological dominance and tactical positioning. The message was clear. Numbers do not decide wars, systems do. Athens' strategy, not strength. Athens represented a different model of military power. Where Sparta relied on land warfare, Athens mastered the sea. Its navy, built from citizen rowers, allowed Athens to project power across the Aegean. The trireme, fast, maneuverable warship, became Athens' greatest weapon. Naval warfare required coordination, timing, and discipline equal to the Phalanx. Victory depended on training, not brute force. This allowed Athens to defeat stronger enemies and build influence without occupying territory. Control of trade routes became a form of dominance. Greek warfare was no longer limited to land. Persia enters the story a clash of worlds when the Persian Empire invaded Greece. It represented everything Greece was not. Persia was vast, wealthy, centralized, and ruled by kings. Its armies were enormous, its resources unmatched, and yet it failed. At Marathon, a citizen army defeated a professional imperial force. At Salamis, a smaller Greek navy destroyed a massive Persian fleet by using narrow waters and superior maneuvering. These victories were not accidents. They were the result of Greek military culture-flexible leadership, citizen investment, and tactical intelligence. The world took notice. Greek commanders and the rise of tactical thinking Greek generals were not distant rulers. They fought alongside their men. Leadership was earned, not inherited. This created accountability and adaptability. Commanders like Miltiades, Themistocles, and later, Epaminondas of Thebes experimented constantly. They altered formations, reinforced flanks, exploited enemy weaknesses. Epaminondas' use of the oblique phalanx at Leuctra shattered the myth of Spartan invincibility, proving that even the strongest system could be defeated through innovation. Greek warfare became intellectual. The hidden chain. Competition breeds excellence. Here is a truth many people miss. Greek military dominance was fueled by internal rivalry. City-states competed endlessly, not just for survival, but for prestige. This competition forced constant improvement. When one city developed a new tactic, others adapted or perished. There was no room for stagnation. Unlike empires that relied on tradition, Greek armies evolved rapidly. Failure was immediate. Success spread quickly. This environment produced the most advanced military thinking the ancient world had ever seen. Standing at the edge of transformation by the 4th century BCE, Greek warfare had reached a turning point. The old hoplite system was being tested. New threats emerged. Larger armies, longer campaigns, and more complex logistics demanded change. And then came a figure who would take Greek military principles and turn them into a weapon capable of conquering the known world. His name was Alexander, but his rise and the transformation of Greek warfare into global domination belongs to the next chapter of this story. If you're still watching, it means you value deep history beyond surface-level facts. Our team works extremely hard to research and present stories like this with accuracy and depth. Please subscribe, like, and support our work. Truly helps us continue.